Research at Mirae Asset, Sharekhan, and we also have Rahul Shah, who's Associate VP and Group Leader, Equity Advisory Group at Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Great having you on board and joining this panel, gentlemen. Somil, let me start with you. Give us a sense of how you're looking at the index moves, because we've seen a couple of days of gains, or rather 5 straight days of gains, followed by what we saw yesterday. What does this indicate to you, if at all? Is it just a consolidation for a larger upside that one can see on the index?
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Nifty has been making high tops, high bottom on the weekly charts. A couple of months back, we made a bottom around 24,350. Then we made a bottom around 24,420, and then 5 days back we made a bottom around 24,580. So we are making higher bottoms now. I'm expecting the previous swing high to be taken off, that is 25,450, which will be my first target. My view is positive on the markets, and I'll be expecting much higher targets above 25,600. What we saw yesterday was very healthy for the markets, 5 days of gains and then small consolidation, a small correction till 20 daily moving average, which is great. 25,000, 24,900. These are some very crucial levels to watch out for as a support. I'm not expecting markets to go down below 24,900, which is close to around 40 daily moving average. So that will be a very crucial support in the short term. And my targets are above 25,600. Bank Nifty, again, same thing. Small consolidation in the intraday. Maybe a small consolidation for a couple of more days. And then the trend resumes from here. View remains positive in the short term, in the medium term both, and my targets would be around 57,000 for Bank Nifty. Support would be around 20 and 40 daily moving average, which is a little deeper, 55,200. Another support is around 55,600, which is at a gap area, which will be very crucial in the short term.
Okay, you've also got flashes on your screen. Union Bank of India releases pledge on 56.4% of Vedanta. That stock may well be in focus on the back of this. Company has paid all outstanding dues under the facility agreement to the bank. So you'll have Vedanta surely in focus. Before we take a technical view, let's go across to Srishti. She's here with all of the other stocks that would be on our radar this morning. Srishti.
Well, yes, firstly, let's talk about HFCL. The company has won new export orders over 300 crores, and this is indeed positive news flow, where this new order win is for the supply of the optical fiber cable. And indeed, the company has actually said that they have received this new order from a renowned international customer. So all eyes on that. Other than that, we'll be watching out for IRB InvIT as well, because there's a launch of a QIP with a floor price of 62.7 rupees per unit. Now, they have also approved a fundraising of over 1,000 crores through preferential issue of its units. Coal India as well as IRCON, these two companies will be in focus, as they have executed a non-binding MOU for the development of rail infrastructure of Coal India and its subsidiaries. GR Infra, a positive news flow coming in on this stock as well, when the company has received a letter of acceptance from State Highways Authority of Jharkhand for 280 crores. Apart from this, we'll be watching out for GRSE as well as Centrum Electronics, as both of the companies have forged a partnership to co-develop the indigenous advanced navigation system for Indian Navy. So we will be watching out for this. But in some of the Q2 updates, it's Info Edge that has come out with its update, where they say that the standalone billing in the quarter gone by has seen a jump of over 12% on a YY basis, and the number stands at 729 crores. And lastly, all eyes will be on Eicher Motors as well, because Eicher Motors, VECV as well as this Volvo, they have collaborated and they have come out with an announcement for a capex, where they will be doing a capital expenditure of over 540 odd crores, 544 crores to be precise, for the production and final assembly of Volvo Group's automated manual transmission. So these are the stocks that we will be watching out for. Back to you.
Right, Srishti, and also Lupin is going to be in focus, right? Because of the announcement of that new state-of-the-art pharma manufacturing plant in the US. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Indeed, very positive news flow coming in on Lupin because at this time and juncture where there's so much of uncertainty around tariff, but Donald Trump has also indicated that all these companies might get benefit who will come and manufacture in US, and Lupin has actually gone ahead and made an announcement to invest over $250 million in the next 5 years. And interesting to note that this is going to be for one of their key segments, that is inhalation, because from that segment Lupin drives majority of its contribution in the overall revenue, and along with that they have also said that they will be producing 25 critical respiratory medicines, including higher margin product like albuterol inhaler. Lupin will receive the tax credit and incentives from the state of Florida as well. So one, a very timely announcement coming in from Lupin, and second, it's for the inhalation product, which is indeed a high margin product for Lupin. So very positive news flow coming in for Lupin, where Citi as well has come out with a note on this one, where they say that the safe and a timely move, respiratory is an important segment for the company overall. Having an additional capacity in the US will actually de-risk its complex inhalation portfolio. Why this will also help to smoothly navigate the geopolitical risk. They prefer Lupin within the whole generic space of India, continue maintaining their buy rating with the target price of 2,260 rupees. So all eyes on Lupin. Back to you.
Well, thank you so much for that, Srishti. And, clears the deck, obviously, where Lupin is concerned with regard to US and possible tariff overhang, at least on these set of products. But what has also happened overnight is we've got clarification coming in from the US that generics will, tariffs will not be applicable on generic drugs, which is obviously positive across the board. Aurobindo, for example, has a near 50% exposure to that market in the US. This was obviously all well anticipated, but a clarification obviously douses any concerns that could have been there in the system with regard to this. Let's talk pharma first, and Rahul Shah, MOFSL, joining us. Rahul, talk to us about what this means for the pharma sector. Do you expect there to be a reaction? Is this a positive surprise? And of course, before I go across and ask you about Lupin as well.
Hi, good morning. I think, obviously, more clarification on the tariff fronts. We've been hearing a lot of these things on the side, and then we've seen that any key changes happening will be the key catalyst for the markets as well for the overall tariff war. And when we talk about, especially in the clarification coming for the pharma space, I think, yes, there would be a lot of names will start doing well on that perspective. And this sector is poised to do better with the visibility of earnings. Secondly, as you mentioned about Lupin remains are also a top pick with the kind of growth, kind of product pipelines, as well as and in US markets also, they'll have a 14th straight quarter of growth, 20% plus, and kind of pipelines. And I think valuations remains justified. So I think Lupin could be one of the top bets in the pharma fact from our universe.
Rahul, are you going to see some more or many more Indian companies looking at investing in the US or setting up some of the plants there so that they are in a safe zone as far as Trump is concerned?
So I think we will see some kind of things setting up more. I think the larger players, if you look at it like Sun Pharma or you talk about Dr. Reddy's, Cipla's of the world, they have a good prominent markets in US as well. And I think they have a good this thing as well. So I think we will keep seeing some kind of announcement and positive side from the pharma pack in US as well.
Okay, that's that on pharma. Kunal, tell me on the charts though, any good pharma trade right now, you think? Although the flavor has completely changed to IT, but still?
Yeah, I think DV Slab was an emerging breakout trade in the last couple of days. But I think if the news flow is positive for Lupin, this would be like a 12-month breakout for Lupin, and the stock has been absolutely flat. And Aisha, I think for a stock like large cap name like Lupin to be into a 100-point trading range for the last 10-11 months tells you that how the pharma sector was behaving over the last 2-3 quarters. So this could potentially be a big breakout. The level which I would be watching out for would be the 200 DMA. That's, I think, closer to 2020-25 for Lupin. But I think if that happens, we could be looking at a much more better prospect for the entire pharma sector. And very recently also, we were seeing signs of Sun Pharma trying to show signs of recovery. I think the stock had come back towards an inverted head and shoulder pattern breakout just around that 1600, 1650 neckline breakout for the stock. So maybe that could also see some bit of propelling on the upside. But as of now, I think the recent charts were indicative that DV slab could be one of the stocks which one could bet on. But I think if Lupin breaks past about the 2025 hurdle and the 200-day DMA, this could be a huge breakout for the stock, looking at the last 10, 11 months of consolidation.
Okay. Rahul, I'll come to you with regard to one of those where we've seen a block deal come through yesterday. And talking about RBL, SocGen has picked up a stake. Stock was up 4.5% yesterday. There's obviously some bit of chatter with regard to credit cards and the risk-weighted assets coming off, or rather the requirements coming off, which should aid some of these counters. Not sure if a 4.5% move was warranted due to that. But give us a sense. SocGen coming in is significant for an RBL. This is a bank which obviously is on the cusp of a turnaround. Are you positive with regard to an RBL? And how do you look at banking? Where are the pockets of value that you're seeing at this point?
So for talking about RBL, I think as you rightly pointed out, I think this bank has done nothing if you look at in last 4-5 years in terms of performance. I think a lot of headwinds for these banks, and slowly and steadily since last 2-3 quarters has been quite good for the RBL bank, and one of the better performers in the entire financials as to be in a banking as a basket. So if I look at valuation perspective, I think quite reasonable, close to 1.2 time book, and I think reasonable growth in terms of earnings. Thirdly, I think if I look at, I think the balance sheet size is small, and that could be a growth. There could be much better growth, and what RBL was missing was this kind of names coming into the the investor list. So I think risk versus reward. I think though the stock has done quite well, I think still there could be another 15-18% movement from here for RBL Bank.
Somil, what will be your take for tech stocks today, given TCS earnings? TCS, Infosys, Wipro.
Absolutely positive on TCS. TCS has just started, making higher tops, higher bottom. Has taken support around 2,900, which is very, very crucial level for TCS. Multiple times TCS has taken support around these levels. So I'm positive on this stock. I'll be expecting a target of around 3,200 for TCS. Infi again, Infi is looking good as well. However, I will wait for a few levels to break on the upside because it's been in the range. It's not cracking down, or it's not going about 200 daily moving average, and it's just between 1420 and 1550. So that's a broad range. I'll wait for a breakout above 1590 levels, which is 200 daily moving average, and then enter the stock. But TCS definitely preferred pick.
Okay, Somil, hold on to that thought.